Every day I try to curb my jealousy of people on the internet by telling myself that I'm unique and special. How much unique and special can carry you from not having a brand or an aesthetic? My name is North, and I've had the goal of making a video every day for an entire year. And this is day 207. Woo woo! And today I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind, and that little something is called the internet and brands. Here's the thing. Everybody has different takes on how to get yourself to your audience. And I want to hit 10 million streams on Spotify. And to do that, you have a few factors that get into it. Number one is pure luck, which I'm not saying is all of it, but it is a part of it. Pure luck and being able to find, have that one song go viral, have that one thing kind of go off and propel you forward, right? Then you have hard work, dedication, the main stuff. Then you have your personality, your brand, what you do, and your videos. Like, are they educational? Are they entertaining? Is your music being playlisted? Like that kind of stuff. And one of the things that I noticed about myself is that I don't really tend to have a brand. And frankly, looking at it, my aesthetic is just not there. And I'm wondering, can not having an aesthetic be a benefit or a drawback? Because some of these people online have that vibe, like an earthy vibe or like a cool vibe, chaotic, all that kind of stuff. And I've sat here thinking, what is my vibe? Like, when I talked about building a brand as a creative in my previous video, I was like, you want to build a brand and you want to go for that. But really, the only thing I got going for me right now is nerd and casual. Business casual to be precise. I probably would wear business casual to a show, but that's about it. My music doesn't have a specific vibe or aesthetic, maybe more of an experience. And I do say it's more like beach music and stuff, but I make different kinds of things at different times. So it's not always like that, but it does have a specific sound, right? And then I look at people like, I don't know, K-Tronada or something like that, where they have an aesthetic to them, but you can't quite put your finger on it. But if you hear their music or you see their music videos or anything like that, you just know that that's them. And he's one of those people that I can look at and be like, yeah, this is a person where you can see the vision every time he comes out with something, right? You can tell the brand, you can tell the aesthetic. And so I'm wondering moving forward if it would be possible for me to grow an audience when I'm not necessarily a certain way. I'm not necessarily super EDM. I'm not necessarily super, one way or the other. My identity is just in the fact that I'm very motivated and I make weird music. And so I'm wondering how to move my brand forward. And you can let me know in the comments if this is something that you've ever thought about. But sometimes I feel like not having a brand can be a benefit, but it can also be a detriment in the sense that you can kind of experiment with things and people can expect that you're experimenting, right? Because they don't really necessarily know that you have a certain thing that you always go for, a certain niche, a certain vibe, a certain aesthetic, and they won't be surprised when you switch it over, right? But sometimes it also doesn't help you find your target audience because you don't necessarily have a specific audience to target. And so it's hard for your social media or your things to land when you do that. And that's one of those things that I kind of think about. So I'm wondering, is it a benefit to not have a genre, an aesthetic, a brand, a specific? You just have your music and you hope that it speaks for itself and your personality and your identity, and you move forward with that. I wonder. But until then, I'll see you tomorrow.